Good morning. If you can hear me, can y'all see the stream? I can't see it on my screen, like it's not loading. I guess I'll go with it. Good morning, traders. Mr. Rodriguez, Tamimi, Bob Peterson, Alfredo, Who Loves Lunatic, Bob Smith. We got a few more minutes here before we get started. Got about 2.5 to go before market open. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Sandra. I sure hope we have a better day than yesterday. It was awful. We need a few more picks to play. Good morning, Bob Smith. Good to see all y'all showing up every day. It's been fun. Now we just need some stocks. Hopefully they'll pop up for us this morning. Bob, it sure seems like when the SPY's up, the large caps are up and everything else goes down. That's what I'm seeing. About 30 seconds to go. Let's see if we can find something this morning. Those of you who are new here, I'll do an introduction after 6 o'clock, probably around 6:15 or 6:20. We're going to let the market get going here and see if we can find a few stocks to buy. Ricky Gaspard. There we go. What we're doing, if you're new here, is we're looking for numbers that are rising. These numbers are scanning the volume. This is the script I wrote. Well, it's one of them anyway. When they just pop in like this and they freeze, that just means there's only one purchase. We want to see this number rising 1%, 2%, 3%. And we look over here on the chart. Not looking too promising. I don't like to see numbers that are frozen like this. They should come in here and start rising. We need some buyers in the market. We have had a few penny stocks yesterday. Not too many. Last week was a whole boatload of them. This is what it does. It finds stocks that start moving. You don't have to go search for them. All we do is watch these numbers. If you like shorting stocks, you'll be clicking on the red ones. If you like buying stocks, we'll be checking out the green ones. I'm not a penny stock player, but they're on here for everybody. I'm watching for rising numbers, as you should too. And a word of caution, don't trade off of my screen. It's delayed about 5 to 8 seconds. That's critical. When you see a stock pop up in this column and you click on it and it looks good, it may disappear from over here for a few seconds. Then it'll reappear, then it'll disappear. Keep an eye on it if you're interested in it. Good morning, Greg R. I'm not seeing any risers. That one penny stock, it's there, but it's barely there. We'll let the market calm down a little bit, and I'll do an introduction if you're new here. Well, I guess our first one for today is going to be a penny stock. It's already up 60% since pre-market. Watching these numbers, this is something I coded. It's a volume monitor. It's a volume spike indicator. If a stock is moving up or down, it's going to immediately find it. They're going to pop up in this list. We just click on them and check them. Watching these numbers, that's what we do all day long. Wait for something to pop in, try to make a few dollars. There's another one. PMN. It don't get any easier than this. All the work is gone. Let's let the computer do the finding and the searching, and you just need a good market. It's a good time to study, though, while the market's in bad shape. You get all this underneath you and understand it, perfect it. Don't take long. Once the market turns around, you'll be ready. You'll have the ammo. I think it's pretty amazing myself. I think the Lord blessed us all. You're welcome, Raphael. It'll sure turn your life around. They said this couldn't be done in ThinkorSwim. I proved them wrong. Let's give it a few more minutes here before I start talking about introductions. I know everybody wants to know that's new here. If you're just popping in, we're monitoring this column. It's a volume spike indicator that I created. It monitors volume up or down, lets you know immediately if a stock's going up or down. Greg, it's set on 1%. That seems to catch all of them when you go down to 1%. Volume spike, if you are using it and you forgot to set the number to 0.0, you need to do that right here. All you do is right click on the name up here and select edit code, and it'll pop up for you. Move it down to 0.0. That's the most sensitive setting. This is what we've been seeing almost every morning. They get a little rise and they pull back. Like everybody wants them to go up. And the sellers come in and drive them back down. Watching these numbers. Anything that's moving, we're interested. This will kind of tell you where the market's going today. It's mostly red. All right, let's do an introduction here. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I am also a coder. I code ThinkScript for the trading platform ThinkorSwim. I created this volume spike indicator. It measures volume up or down and lets us know immediately if a stock's moving up or down. We apply it to this pre-market watch list. It's a special setup. If you don't know how to do it, you won't get it. Every morning we monitor pre-market and the market open. We watch for these numbers to increase. Once they start increasing, we click on them and check the chart. I have also coded this pullback strategy. Once the stock triggers over here and it's rising, we wait for a crossover of the two moving averages, which is the 8 and the 21. We then wait for the price to exceed above the 8 moving average. We wait for these green arrows to pop in. On a good stock that's rising, you'll have an indicator pop up right here that says bullish or bearish, and it's measuring the strength of this one candle. Down here, I've coded a volume script. That's why you don't see any bars. It'll give you the total volume, the current bar, which is this bar, the previous bar, the pre-market volume, and then it'll tell you if there's more buyers or sellers. Right now it's currently on sellers. You'll see a green one popping here that says buyers. We don't search for stocks every morning. We set up this scanner. We apply this volume spikes to our watch list. As the stocks start moving, they start popping up in this list. And we simply click on them and see if we want to buy them. It takes a lot of work out of the market, makes things much simpler for the beginner or advanced trader. We have a couple of other scans we use when the market opens, a couple of adjustments we make. And all you have to do is watch and monitor this column all day. Anybody have any questions? Good morning, Dragonfire, Sicilian. You don't need a subscription service. All of it's free. I'm paying it forward. Reason I created this is exactly what I was doing in my head for many years. I was watching for longer green candles. I was looking for spikes. It was tough before I had all of this set up. It's gotten much easier. This is a subscriber-supported channel. I'm hoping one day YouTube will pay me enough to eat beans with my rice. If you are not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, here's the link. Please subscribe, watch all of the videos. Familiarize yourself with what I've done here. And the way you do that is you watch the videos over and over and over again until you're sick of them. Get this stuff soaked into your brain. It's really not a lot to learn. You just need to know how it works. We have a Discord channel set up with over 340 subscribers. I have a support channel over there. If you have any questions, you get stuck on one of the installations, we're willing to help you. If I'm not available, somebody else is over there. That's a link to our Discord. If you haven't subscribed to it, please do. There's lots of help over there. And while I'm talking, I'm seeing some green up here. That happens every time. They're not moving though, so I'm pretty good here. Good morning, Top. So if you're paying for a subscription service, I'm not telling you to cancel it, but this pretty much gives you multiple choice, where most of the subscription services are going to give you one at a time, and you're going to be late getting it. I know, I had a subscription service. Every time it would go off, it would seem like the candles were already done. Maybe my settings were wrong, I don't know, but I tried. This way you get to catch them at the bottom when they first start taking off. This is a new channel. It's about 4 months old, maybe 5 by now. People are piling in, they're catching on. There's not a whole lot of learning here. You don't have to go look at quarterly reports. You don't have to do the fundamentals. You just wait for them to pop up. Watch these numbers grow. AMR, I guess that's how you say your name. There, all you have to do is subscribe. Everything is self-explanatory. You can go over to the Discord channel once you subscribe there and click on the channel that's called Current Setup. Your screen won't look like mine. This is set up for streaming, but your screen will look like this one up here in the top right corner. Top, I kind of took that one off yesterday. We were testing 2 of them. If you go back into the Discord, you'll see there's a version 1. I made some money with it yesterday after I signed off the live stream. Not very much, but I was still testing. But the large cap scalper version 1 seems to be the one I want to pull the trigger on. It's the only link there. I've taken the other ones down so everybody doesn't get confused. Greg, the gap and run scan, it's kind of like a daily setting. All you do is wait for it to go off. It's all the same everywhere on the platform, even when I pull it up here. That gap and run scan doesn't work until about 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes after market open. And it looks for stocks that gap open higher today than they closed the previous day. Raphael, if you go to Toss Scripts, it's going to be at the bottom. I'm pretty sure it's called Large Cap Scalper. If you watch the install video, there's a video on just installing. Watch it and you won't have so many questions. It'll walk you through installing. You want to know how good this is? Read the comments under all the videos. I think you'll be impressed. Some of them are so good it brings tears to my eyes. And it's all free. I'm giving it away. The only thing I ask is you subscribe, watch the videos, like the videos, click the bell icon for each time I put a new video out. We're going to let YouTube pay for your teachings. Come here every morning, watch us work it. It's as easy as you see. I'm clicking on percentages rising and I'm looking at the stock. I'm waiting for this indicator to take off. I'm waiting for that bullish that you see popping in. Well, it's bearish now. When all three things line up, we pull the trigger. But that's your decision. You make the call. I'll set it up as good as I can. And I think I've done that already. Yeah, the best part about that new large cap scalper is it works on any price range. I may have to change the name. Maybe we'll call it Anytime Scalper. Good morning to everybody that just popped in. I'm Ricky Gaspard. I'm the coder. I'm the instructor. I'll do another introduction in about 20-30 minutes. I just done one. All we do is we wait for percentages to rise right here in this column. We do this all day long. If they're moving, we're going to know first. Thank you, Top. I think I already impressed them or they wouldn't have had me on their live stream. They were trying to trick me, I think. They dug into it deep. When they saw the results, they wanted to change a few of the numbers. They did. They still got good results. I can pull up a link for you. Give me 1 second. Or Top, maybe you can copy the URL at the top of your YouTube and send that over to them. Can you see a URL up there? We don't have any numbers up there. It's time to fill the coffee cup. I'm getting that link for you. Give me a few seconds here. You're taking me out of my rim. It takes me time to get there. All right, this is the link to the live stream. You can pass that on, and I thank you for it. All we do is watch this column. Right now, we're all red. We wait for the green ones. If you like shorting stocks, you wait on the red ones. You can play it in reverse. While we're at a dead spot, I'll put on the large cap scalper. I'll let you take a look at it. Let's disable this one. Waiting for numbers to rise. We're in the dead spot of pre-market. It happens every morning. Good morning, Casey. Glad you could make it. Chuck. Parabolic. Active, as far as I can tell, yes, they do work on the tick chart. Me personally, I'm going to stick with this version 1, the only one that's on Discord. I have not put it on YouTube yet. I'm going to make a video on it. I'm going to get it out there this weekend. These videos are not a snap of the finger. It takes time to put them together. About 15 more minutes, I'll do a walkthrough to everybody that's new. Really think you should give this a try. If you don't have it, you're missing out. In a market that's this tough to find something to buy, this makes it a little bit easier. It doesn't change the market, but it changes the attitude. Bob Smith, if you haven't closed your Discord completely, you're probably pulling old links. I found that out yesterday when I changed computers. I thought I had changed everything, and I did. I had to shut it down and restart it. I guess Discord doesn't have a refresh. Good morning, JP. All right, I just looked at mine. It says V3 as well. I'm going to have to figure out what went wrong. I know I changed it. Maybe I just named it V3 in the script. I'll reload it today. Looks like I already called it V1-1. Let me go see if I can find it. I should have it. Watching them numbers, that's what we do. If you want to make sure you have the right one, here's the link, the shared link. Copy this link, or click on it and copy the URL at the top and reload it. We're in the red zone. I'm still watching. I'm multitasking this morning. All right, I changed it over in Toss Scripts. So if you go get it, it should be fine. Little bit red this morning. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard, and I am a coder for ThinkorSwim. I'm also an investor. I trade from my home office since 1990. I code scripts that work for everybody. This is a volume spike indicator. It measures buyers and sellers and lets us know when the buyers or sellers come into a stock, these numbers will start growing. It lets us know immediately when a stock starts moving. We like to see this number increasing in size. It may start out at 0.025, wherever it starts. If it's rising, we click on it and check it out. Each one we click on, we move over here to the other screen. This is the pullback indicator that I created. We look for a crossover between the two lines. This is the 8, this is the 21. We watch for these green arrows. We watch for a green bullish indicator here and a green buyers indicator here. This is not a good example. I'm just giving you what I got temporarily here. This is what we would look for: crossover with a green arrow, a bullish indicator, which is measuring this candle. We're looking for the buyers to outnumber the sellers, and we make our decision to buy. Everything is free. The only thing we ask is you sign up to our YouTube channel and our Discord. Watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos. Come here each morning to the live stream. I give live demonstrations whenever we get a stock. It's not hard. I've taken the work out of trading. If you can learn to watch numbers and watch how this chart operates, and you can do that by just watching over and over and over, you'll catch on really quick. You're welcome, Bob. You know, that's the third time I've loaded that same script, and sometimes it don't change. I'm going to have to look into that. Yesterday when I posted in Discord on Tesla, I charted it as it was happening. We saw a $3 or $4 gain in about 20 minutes. If you are a large cap all the way down to a penny stock trader, this is the system for you. It works in all price ranges. Right now, we just need anything to move. We need a better market. We got the perfect system. We just need the market to turn around. When it does, I think you're going to see a pot of gold. It's going to land right in your lap. This one's trying to go. I noticed the numbers were creeping up. You can see what's happening here. What we like to see is these two indicators start pointing north. We like these bullish spikes. The buyers are outnumbering the sellers. I like looking back, though. I've seen it's already had a run up. Is it going to run up again? That's what we're waiting for. It could, or it could just sit there. The whole point is we're putting you on them. It's up to you to watch them. I'll post the links in just a second. You can just scroll up and get them. In the text chat, they've already been posted. They'll have a yellow label right above them. Let me know if they're not up there. Thank you, Bob. I think I need to give somebody these links and they can post them randomly. That seems to draw me away from what I'm doing the most. Watching numbers grow, that's all we do, and we find stocks like this. They're starting to point north. We do have a green arrow, but we do not have a green volume, and we don't have a green spike. Good morning, Jimmy. I'm going to try to post these two links together in the same window. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. No, it doesn't look like that's going to work. It's one at a time. I'll post them again. It's no problem. I want you on board just as bad as you want to use it. That's the link to the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Like the videos, watch the videos, share the videos. Help us pay for this free service. That's what we want you to do. Here's a link to the Discord. If you haven't subscribed to the Discord, there's about 330 people there now. They're all willing to help you. Just post your question. Watching the list, but it looks pretty dead. We had a couple of small movers, nothing that made me want to pull the trigger. Couple of penny stocks. This is what they're doing. They're triggering and then they're stopping. We have a few more popping in. I'm looking to see if the numbers are growing, and they are not. As always, this is a live stream. It's delayed. Do not try to trade off my screen. You could lose money. 5 to 10 seconds is enough to make that green arrow red when you didn't know it. Always set up your own computer, trade right off of your platform. I don't know how we missed that stock yesterday. It was brought to my attention by crunching the market. If you didn't see TSAT, TSAT yesterday, we all missed it. Of course, I signed off at 9:30 a.m., but it rose all day long. Maybe it didn't give enough spikes to trigger it. I don't know. Maybe I should hang around longer. That's what TSAT looked like yesterday, from $15 all the way up to $19.50. XPEV, that's one to have in your watch list if it's in your price range. It's been moving right lately. Watching for numbers. That's all we do is watch for these numbers. Once these numbers take off, you click on it and you check it out on the chart. Make your decision to buy or not. That's what it's all about. Go fill up your coffee cup. It's almost 7 o'clock. At the top of the hour, that's usually when these companies release news releases. Maybe we'll get some good news at 7. We will see. Anybody have any questions? Type them in the chat. I'll help you out. I'll answer them. There's nothing happening at the moment. Jimmy, let me pull up my scan. I'll show you real quick. Well, I'm going to try to show you. Right here is you go into your scan tab and you search for your scan over here with these three tabs. Load scan query, personal, and you pull up the pre-market risers. This is your minimum price. This is your maximum. I have mine set on $30 today. Usually I don't have anything in this column, but I'm trying to knock down some of the noise. I need something to trade. Best thing to do if you're using this setup is to take your scans, set them to your price range that you can afford. You like trading $5 or $10 stocks, you would set it 5 minimum, 10 maximum. The less stocks you have in here that are out of your price range, the better off you'll be. You only want them to pop up from $1 to $5 and set it to $1 and $5 max. I'm watching the numbers. I saw that one tick a little bit. Let's see where it goes. Good morning, Wayne. Glad you could join us. We're sitting here with our new job. Our job is to watch numbers grow. Once they start growing, we click on them. It's that simple. It's boring, but boring pays good. Just remember that. My next walkthrough will be about 7:20. I'm waiting on the top of the hour to see if we can get something to purchase here. Got about 2.5 minutes to go. I'm finally caught up on my coding. Maybe I can get a few dollars in the bank. We're still watching it. It doesn't lie. That's what I'm talking about. Don't click off. You can miss them. I'm not saying it's a bottle rocket, but we found it first right here. And you see a stock pop up over here, make sure you go down here and look at the volume. You want the volume to be ticking. You don't want it dormant. You want to know that there's people coming in. This one's not giving us that look that we want to see. That's pretty low for the last volume. We want this number flying. We want everybody buying it. We want to slip in and get our piece and slip out unnoticed. That's not happening here. We have a bullish spike in that candle. As I'm looking over here, I'm also watching this column. I don't want to miss the next one. About 10 seconds to go before the top of the hour. Let's see what happens. It should light up over here. If it doesn't, we're in trouble. I'm not seeing any growers. It'll take a few minutes. If somebody put out news, they got to decipher the news. If it's good news, it'll pop up over here and it'll be flying. Good morning, Mr. Huntsman. Bob, I'm seeing the same thing. I'm ready for these dead spells to be over. I don't know about you. Kids are going back to school. It should start picking up here soon. Vacations are over. I'll do a walkthrough about 7:15 if you're new. If you're just popping in, you just want to follow along from now. We're watching this column. We're waiting for numbers to grow. When they start growing and they say bullish, we go check them out. And it looks like 7 o'clock's not going to do us any good. I was sure hoping. This one has no volume. Waiting for these bullish signals to pop in. This scan will find them if they're moving. We don't go searching, we're just waiting. It's watching the entire pre-market. I just changed the price range, see if we can find something that may be moving up a little higher. I took off the maximum. Everything's going to show up. NVIDIA, Meta. They're higher price stocks, but I need a demonstration. About 10 more minutes, I'll do a demo. I'll walk you through what we got going on. Just hang in there. Good morning, Lawrence. Glad you could make it. We're watching this wonderful script right here. It's going to let us know if something's moving up or down. We wait for numbers to start growing. And we click on them. I'll go look at it, Wayne, see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I clicked on that one earlier. It doesn't have enough volume to do anything. We need a bull market. Hopefully there's one around the corner, or at least a good trading day. I'd even settle for that. Watching numbers grow. Want to see these percentages increasing. We're not getting that this morning. If you're new here, do not trade off of this live stream. It is delayed. It could cost you money. If you like the setup, subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Discord channel and start watching the videos. Talk to people in Discord. We'll help you get set up. Two links are in the chat. Just look up a little bit. You should see them. This is a subscriber-supported channel. I don't charge for anything. I will never charge you. If somebody tries to charge you, it's not me. About 5 more minutes, I'll do a walkthrough to everybody that's new. You need to know this. It's important. We can put you on the stocks. Greg, are you talking about the volume bar down below the candles on the chart? Good job, Bob. I hope you're sharing. That burrito's going to get mighty small. Gregor, which one are you talking about? If you look at my mouse, are you talking about this one over here on the chart? If you're talking about any of this in the upper part of the screen, go over to Discord to the current setup. It's the first video. You can't miss it. Or if you're on YouTube, look for the one that says Mastering Pullbacks Indicators. That's the same video. You load this one indicator, all of these will be loaded. Everything in this section of the chart. This lower volume bar, I think it says custom volume label on the same page. You'll also find this spike script on the same page, current setup. Once you get them loaded, make sure you practice, make sure you watch the videos over and over and over. I make it look simple, but you still need to learn some things. You need to know how it functions. You need to know when it's best to make the trade. It's not just wait and click yet. I'm trying to get it there, though. That is correct, Greg. About another minute, I'll do a walkthrough and an introduction for all the newcomers. We're glad you could make it. Good morning, Captain. For everyone that's new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I trade from my home office. I've been trading since 1990. I also write code for ThinkorSwim. I wrote a code in this column here that monitors volume and volume spikes. It lets you know if the stock's going up or down. And the moment it takes off, you will know. We watch for these numbers to start increasing or decreasing. If you short stocks, you would pay attention to the red ones. If you buy them, of course, it would be the green ones. Once we see a stock fire up on this side, we check it out. We confirm that we have a crossover of the two moving averages. This is not a good example. You just have to bear with me here. That's the 8 moving average and the 21 moving average. When it crosses over, we wait for the price to get above the 8. That will be confirmed by a green arrow. We make sure that we have a bullish spike here. It'll pop up. That lets you know that this candle has buyers, which it doesn't at the moment. We confirm our volume has more buyers than sellers, and in this case it does. We look at the volume to make sure it's increasing, and it's not. So to put it simply, and if it were cooperating, we would look for numbers growing here. We would click on the stock. We would then look that it's bullish, and this one is. We look for this crossover and a green arrow. We look for more buyers than sellers, and we make our decision to buy. We also monitor this volume. If it's not growing fast, we don't get in. So we click, we look at volume. If it's growing, we verify the crossover in the arrow, a bullish spike, and there's more buyers. It only sounds like a lot, but once you get used to it, it's kind of like click. You look here, the corner of your eye, you can see the green in the green, and then you make your decision to buy. We don't search for stocks. This is our pre-market scan. There's a video on setting it up. It's called Mastering PreMarket. It teaches you how to load this script. And all we do all day long is wait for numbers to start growing or falling. It'll find the stocks for you. Unfortunately, today is not such a good day. We've had a few of those. On the good days, we'll make some more money. You have to be patient. Don't try to force a play. If you're having to try to decide if you should get in or not, it's probably the best to stay away. You'll know. It'll take off. It won't look choppy like this. It'll be perfect. That's the ones you want. Volume is flying. Everything is green. You have the crossover. You just have to wait for that setup. Wait for the right stock. Don't try to jump in there for a nickel. It ain't going to work. In a bear market, it's best to sit on your hands until the perfect play comes. When you see it, you'll know. Buy as much as you can. Get out as fast as you can. Times will change. When we go to a bull market, it'll be a whole different story. Everything will be green. There'll be very few reds. It'll be multiple choice for you. Good morning, Gigi. JP, I don't know what you mean by got rid of. I see everything that I've always had up here on the chart. Which one are you missing? Oh, you're talking about the bars that go up and down? That's what you're talking about? It's still available. I don't know if I have it on Discord or not, but I really don't need to see the bars. I just need to see that this number's growing. I just need to see that there's buyers and not sellers. You can determine everything from the bars right here in this label. You can see if volume's growing. You can see if there's more green than red. Right now, it would be a more green bar if you're used to looking at bars, because the buyers are 100%. It's the same thing. It's just in label format. Don't forget to watch this column. If you miss one, it might be the only one for today. That's how it's been going. We find the movers. We don't have to go search for them. They come to us. They will appear right here in this column if they're moving. This one looks good. It's a little high price, but we don't have the volume, so that would kick me out of it. I would not be interested. It's only a couple of buyers every now and then. I want buyers continuously. Watching this column, that's all we do all day. We have the boring job that sometimes pays well. I don't miss the homework. I'd rather see them come to me. This is a good chart setup. If it were moving and had volume, you would see the crossover here. But because it doesn't have good volume, it got real choppy on its way up. If the volume was good, you would see green bars all the way up this moving average, and you'd probably have green arrows all the way up. If it had lots of volume, this is the kind of stock you would want. You would have the crossover, green arrows. These indicators are pointing north. That's a good sign of strength. Good morning, Desi. Wayne, since it's live, I don't set any numbers. What I want to see is lots of volume. Lots of volume tells me there's more than just a few people buying it as it's rising. If I want to scalp my part out of that, I want to catch it as it's going up, and as these indicators are pointing north, and as I'm getting green arrows, and as we're getting a spike, and as there's more buyers than sellers, it'll all trigger together if the time is right. If I don't have large volume flow, I don't care what the number is, as long as it's growing fast and continually ticking, that's what I'm looking for. In pre-market, most stocks don't have hardly any volume unless some kind of news comes out or unless the buyers move in. That's why I don't set a number. I just watch for increases. In pre-market, most of these stocks have no volume. Some of them don't trade pre-market, so they're just sitting there. Once they start moving, they pop up here. This indicator will let you know. It don't find all of them, but it finds a lot of them. And I was hoping something would take off today. We could eat beans with our rice. Watching that volume. There's some buyers coming in. We have a bullish spike in this candle. We have buyers. The volume is kind of weak. I want to see more action. The previous candle bar I had 9,610. And it's dying off. Everything must line up. Volume's ticking, green bar, green arrows, indicators are moving north. This is why I like lots of volume. If there were a lot of buyers coming in, we wouldn't have had this person sell out. He would have been holding on. Just because they look good, everything needs to line up. We need bullish here, buyers here. We need these indicators to be just like they are, starting to point north. We need green arrows popping in. We need lots of volume. You want that volume flying. You don't want to see a couple people come in and then a couple people leave and a couple people come in. Those are risk plays. When a stock really takes off, you'll see that volume keep ticking. It'll keep growing. The price will keep climbing. As it's doing that, you enter. If there's enough people there, they'll drive it up high enough for you. And you get out before it hits the top. Don't try to call the top. Just get your piece and get out. It's a tough market. That's the way we have to play it. ECT. I would say the volume is not good. The last bar was only 1,000. It probably increased when they thought it was going to go up, but they gave up on it and it pulled right back down. You need more than a few people. You need lots of people. That's NVIDIA. It's been on the move for 2 weeks now. It's been making some good swings. First thing I look at is right here. I'm not seeing it. It's quite choppy. These dots you see on the screen, that's non-trading. It's pausing. I don't see that volume flow. But Captain, I like that you're doing your homework. You're looking for good stocks that are moving. You're putting them on the chart. That tells me you're learning. Anyone that just popped in, don't trade off of my live stream. It's delayed. It could be as much as 10 or 15 seconds. That's enough to cost you money. This is only a demo of how this works. If you want to trade off of it, I suggest you watch all the videos over and over and over until you're sick of watching them. That way you'll know what's going on. It won't take you long. You can probably do this in less than a week. Or maybe you catch on fast and can do it in just a day or two. Come watch a couple of live streams. Watch what I do. Duplicate it on your own system. Just don't pull the trigger unless it's perfect. Lots of volume. Indicators are pointing north. Green arrows are popping in. You get a bullish signal up here, and the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. It's only 5 or 6 steps. I remember when it was 50 to 75. Clicking here, clicking there, looking for this, searching for that. It was never ending. If you could afford NVIDIA, this is what you want to see. You want to see these indicators north. You want to see bullish. You want to see buyers. You want to see the volume coming up. It's not great volume, don't get me wrong, but it's rising from 478 to 482. We saw it earlier when I mentioned NVIDIA. We were probably down in this area somewhere. We have lots of option traders using this setup. It helps them find their targets. Once you're set up and you know what's going on, all you do is watch this column on different scans that you may have. You can monitor your favorite stocks. I show you how to set this up. Just watch the video. Once you get it, it's a lot quicker than what I'm describing. If you're new here, I'll post the links. Join our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like the videos. That's the link to the YouTube channel. Everything is free. All I ask is that you like the videos, watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos. Help us build this free community. We'll keep it going. We're going to let YouTube pay me for your education. That's the way it should work. That's a link to Discord. There's about 330 investors over there. If you have any questions, they'll help you out if I'm not available. There's a support channel. If you have any issues, post it in support. I'll get to it or somebody will get to it. We'll help you get through it. Greg, it's been like that for months. Every now and then we catch a good one. It should get better when the kids get back in school. Vacations are over. People will be coming back into the market. Let's just hope they're not shorters. If you're not familiar, the stock market is seasonal. Summertime, it gets real slow. And it picks up a little bit when the kids get back in school. It'll slow down around Christmas time. After New Year's, it'll pick up again. Every time quarterly taxes are due, it'll slow down a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty slow this morning, that's for sure. I haven't seen anything I want to pull the trigger on. While we're slow, I'm going to go refresh my coffee and we'll return shortly. All right, I am back. Man, what a slow morning. We had more than this yesterday. Good morning, Wyatt. We're patiently waiting. I can build the best indicators, but I can't make the market move. XPEV didn't last very long. Very low volume this morning. Like a few people come in and then nothing else happens. We can't control that part. Not even moving in the all stock scan. About 12 minutes away from the top of the hour. Maybe something will start moving then. As of now, it's been slow all morning. We've only seen one or two, and they didn't go very far. I think everybody's struggling right now to find a good stock. The market's in awful condition. Still pulling them out, but they're few. We need better days. We need more volume. That's what we need. That summertime volume has dropped off to almost nothing. Good morning, Big Mike. Nice to see you back here again. SIDU, it's a penny popper. It didn't pop up on my chart because my minimum price is 25 cents and this is only 22. If you're a penny stock player, make sure you set your pre-market scan down low enough to where you can pick these stocks up. This is what you want to see. Unfortunately, it's a penny stock, but you want to see that volume cranking. Right when I go to show you, it slows down. But you want to see this volume really cranking. You want to see this bullish spike come in. You want to see the buyers come in. You want to see these arrows. You want to see those candles flying. You would slip in right in here somewhere and get your piece of it. And hold on as long as you want to. That's your call. That was a good find for the penny stock players. We could have put them on it sooner, but I wasn't programmed for the penny stocks below 25 cents. Let me do a walkthrough before 8 o'clock. I'm Ricky Gaspard. I trade from my home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a script writer for ThinkorSwim. I do not work for ThinkorSwim. It's for my own personal use. And now it's for your own personal use. I'm giving everything away. This script is a volume indicator. It looks for volume spikes and volume increases. Once we see one increase over in this column, we click on it. We then come over to the chart, and I built this pullback strategy. You want to wait for a volume spike to pop in up here. The volume spike is only measuring the current candle. In this case, there's not enough volume in that candle to show a bearish. You want to look for buyers to come into the market. This is the overall volume. So you want to see a green label up here. You want to see green here. You want to see a crossover of these moving averages and an arrow pop in. You make your plan if you want to get in or not. As long as you have green arrows, it's rising. You see a red one or before. I prefer to get out before we try to call a top. I just want to slip in and get my piece right in this range. I'm not a penny stock buyer, but this would be the perfect example at the other prices. You want to see these things pointing north. Everything's going north. The volume is flying. You want to slip in and get some. Unfortunately, in this market, they're rare, but they do happen. We have better times coming. All of this will start sitting in place. You'll see what I've done. I've taken a lot of work out of it. All we do is sit here each day and watch numbers grow. Once we see one growing, we click on it, make our decision to buy. We make sure all of the elements are in place. It's that simple. We don't search for stocks. They come to us. They pop up right here in this list if they start to move. There's no nightly homework here. Active, we're using that large cap scalper. I'm just displaying it here. I do have the V4 still loaded. I'm just showing the new one. It's called large cap scalper, but it works in all price ranges. It even works on the tick chart if you're a tick chart player. I posted a link over in Discord under TOS scripts if you want to load it up. That's the correct one. Let me get rid of that one. That's what it was. I thought I turned the other one off. I didn't. This is what it's supposed to look like. Top, I don't know what an ICS script is. On this newer version, active, it doesn't throw a bunch of arrows. It's going to give you the entry and it's going to give you the exit. If something were to change, it may throw another arrow, but you're going to get fewer arrows, but a better decision to buy or not. It's running on different parameters. So on this new one, you're going to get an arrow at the bottom. If you see these indicators turn north, it's a good chance that it's going to keep going. It's measuring everything. If it gets weak, it got weak here, but it did not close below the 8 moving average, so it did not give you a sell arrow. It's going to keep you in the stock as long as it can so that you can make the most money before it throws a red arrow. I don't wait on the red arrow. I slip in and get my piece here in the middle and get out. So in other words, if I'm looking at this stock and it triggered over here and I see this green arrow, I would probably wait on the next candle. If I don't see any red ones, I'm going to get in. I don't just jump on the first arrow. I've seen them pull back. But if I see it continue to rise, I'm going to give it a shot. I built this for the large cap scalpers because I was having trouble monitoring Tesla's share purchases and volume. When you get a stock that the price is way up there and people are only buying 1, 5, 10, or 20 shares, it was hard for the script to determine if it was a spike or not. I programmed it differently. This one also includes the RSI. You don't see it. I've got it hidden. So it has confirmation as well. It's not that it's just going up. There's other parameters it's watching. We're at the top of the hour. Let's see if something happens here at 8 o'clock. Maybe we'll get a mover. We're watching this column here. We're waiting for numbers to grow. You'll know they'll go from 1% to 2% to 3%. If they keep rising, click on them. Plan your entry if it looks good. You'll know there'll be some indicators up here. I see I didn't include them. Or maybe I did. There it is. Looks like I need to add the spread label to it. I'll get that done. Watching the numbers. We haven't seen much this morning. At 8 o'clock, around 8:15, maybe 8:10, you'll see some red come in. People will start selling off before market open. They don't want to lose their profits, and that's what happens at market. They could just drop red, and if they get out before, they save their earnings. I'm not seeing anything growing. I'll double check it. That may have been the one with the spikes. You are correct. That was the other one. I'll probably do a few upgrades to it. I already need to put the bid in the ask to it. Everybody will know when I change it. I'm not going to change the parameters though, but I probably will add the ATR to it. It's just another confirmation. I like confirmation. It's working great without it. You can see what's happening on this penny stock. I watched Tesla do that yesterday. Tesla ran up for $3 to $4, and it looked just like this. So on this new scalper indicator, when you change the moving averages, they're going to also change on the screen. If you want tighter tolerances, you can try a 5 moving average and a 13. Or if you want longer moving averages, you could try maybe the 8 and the 34 or the 21 and the 34. I like the 8 and the 21. So the candle's going to trigger, the arrow's going to trigger when it breaks through the 8, but it's not going to give you a sell indicator unless it drops below the 21. If you don't like that it's dropping below the 21, make this a 13. I like to hang in there because sometimes they pull back a little bit and then they shoot right back up. I think 21 is a good spot to throw the red arrow. I saw it flash there, but it went away. Nothing moving. I'm still testing these scripts. Actually, I'm only testing this one. I didn't like the other one that had all of the arrows. When you get too many arrows on there, it can become deceiving. It can throw you a green arrow and right behind it's a red. I can see the red popping in on this one. That's the trigger point right there, that 21. You can always get out before. That's your call. But if you don't get out right here, you're beginning to run behind. You're going to be late. I changed it, Greg. We didn't have much to choose from, so I took the maximum price off of it. So now it's showing everything again. I'm trying to find anything that moves. I have to give a demo too, and I may have to go to a higher price range to give a good demo. You're going to see some things changing. I'm fixing it already. Since we don't have any stock plays, Greg, are you on the 1% on the after hours? If you look at your scan, I think when you first load it, it's on 2%. You can change it down to 1%. Are you sorted by the V spike where they're all at the top? Greg, this is what mine looks like. Look on the screen. 25, no maximum, 20,000. After hours is 1% on 1 minute. If you're on those settings, you should have the same stocks I do. If you're new here, I'm Ricky Gaspard. I trade from my home office. I've been trading since 1990. I also write ThinkScript code. I create my own scanners and indicators. I built this volume spike indicator to eliminate me having to pay a subscription fee. It monitors volume on stocks, whether they're moving up or down. We watch percentages. As the percentage is growing, we know the stock is moving up. If it's red and the percentage is growing, we know it's moving down if you like to short. Once we find a mover, I also coded this pullback indicator. It has two moving averages, the 8 and the 21. Once these moving averages cross over, the 8 gets above the 21, you should see a green arrow pop in. Up here, if the volume is right, you're going to see this bearish be bullish, and it'll be green. Down here, we're monitoring the overall volume. There's the buyers kicking in. So you want to see a green spike, which is measuring only this first candle. You want to see buyers coming into the market. You want to see a nice volume flow, and then you make your decision to buy. This would be too late. This indicator over here will hopefully put you in somewhere at the bottom. But once you see this happening, that's when you get in there and get a piece of it. All of these codes are available for free. I'm paying it forward. I'm helping out as many traders as I can. That's my blessing. This is a free YouTube stream. It's a free YouTube channel. We also have a Discord channel. There's 330 investors over there. Lots of help, lots of support. We'd love for you to join us. We're letting YouTube pay for your education. That's the way it should be done. All I need you to do is subscribe, watch the videos over and over and over until you learn what this system is doing. Once you feel comfortable, then you come watch these live streams. Watch me work the numbers. Of course, we don't have much in this down market, but they pop in occasionally. This eliminated my subscription service. I have multiple choice now, not just one stock at a time. This is what can happen. They pop in over here. You see the number growing. You click on it. You see the moving averages turn north. You see green candles coming in. You get a buy signal. And you ride it up and get your piece and get out. It's been a slow week. It's only Tuesday. But we've seen some runners. We've seen one go from $3.75 all the way up to $60. That was a week ago from last Monday. You'll know immediately if they start moving. Let me post the links for you. That's the link to the YouTube channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Watch the videos. Educate yourself before you just pull the trigger. I don't want you losing any money. That's the link to the Discord channel. Join 330 something other investors over there. If you have questions, they'll help you. Buddy, you need to watch all of the videos. I make it appear simple, but you still have to have some market knowledge. This is not a beginner's course, but it could be if you watch all of the videos. All of these indicators work the same. They throw arrows. They rely on this moving average. You can try it in on-demand. If your on-demand works, set it up. This volume spike will not work in on-demand. Only this chart will work. In on-demand, we don't have volume spikes. We have recorded volume. Practice on-demand till you get it. Just pull the trigger when you think you're right. Get out when you're not. Or get out when you're in profit. I can't teach you everything, but I can teach you about these indicators. Thank you, Super. Super's doing his homework. He's looking. He knows. There's that crossover. There's that arrow. Your scanner must have refreshed before mine because it wasn't on my chart. I don't chase them when they're this late. Hopefully Super got his piece of it. He's been watching it. Everybody's scan refreshes at a different time. So sometimes you may have stocks I don't have. Sometimes I may have some you don't have. That's on ThinkorSwim. I can't control that part. About 5 more minutes, we'll change over to market open setup. After the market opens, about 15-20 minutes afterwards, I'll do another walkthrough if you're new here. ThinkorSwim's not perfect, but it works. Just make sure you don't trade off of my live stream. It's delayed 5 seconds to maybe 10 seconds. I think it fluctuates. If you're new here, we only watch numbers grow. If there's a stock moving, it's going to pop up in this list. Once it starts growing, we check it out. We look for high volume. We look for bullish spikes. We look for the buyers to outnumber the sellers. And we look for a better setup than this. This is not one. I don't chase green candles. I wait for a pullback. He's absolutely correct. I like the second run up. It's usually stronger than the first one. On the first one, it runs up and it pauses. Other people find it. And it'll run again. Not very many examples today. I apologize for that, but I don't control the market. Everybody knows it's down. Finding stocks that are going up in a down market can be rough, but we find them occasionally. You're figuring it out, Captain. You sound like you have the addiction. Captain, I don't use VWAP. I don't use a lot of things. Pardon me one second. All right, sorry about that. Let's get changed over real quick. I'm going over to the all stock scan. I'm going to change my V spike to 100. Click apply. Click OK. I'm going to reach up here and sort by marked percent change from highest to lowest. It's going to scatter your spikes, but that's okay. We just want to monitor the top movers. I'm going to change the lower scan to gap and run. This scan will not fire until after market open, probably 5 minutes. We got about 10 seconds to go. Good luck, everybody. Be careful. These numbers are going to fly. It's going to get real noisy. Let it calm down a little bit. Right now, we don't know what's going where. You can click away. Click on them and see if you find the right one. I'm going to say this is going to turn red in about 1 or 2 minutes. Don't trade off of my platform. Remember, I said it's delayed. You won't have this alert column. That's just on me. You're going to be watching this column for green or red, depending on which direction you want to buy or sell. Always best to let the market calm down. There's no indicator that can keep up with that. All you're seeing here is transactions that are just going in either direction. People that see green and then they see red, they get out. So it's really volatile right now. Going to start dying down, then they'll come back, then it's going to die down, then they'll come back. That's just the flow for market open. Top percent change is only 10%. There's that second wave. If there's any strong stocks this morning, when this volatility slows down, they'll be left over. They'll still be in the list. The LTR is moving up. It's not a whole bunch. It's only a nickel at a time. Don't panic. Dying back down now. Turning red. Let's see what we got going. This is NVAX that moved earlier this morning. One of the subscribers pointed it out. I think I'm going to sit on my hands. I'm seeing too much red coming in. I don't want to get in and all of a sudden it flip around on me. That one's quite expensive. GNS, it's only moving pennies. Keep in mind, you got to watch this price list. That's 129 to 130 to 132. There's no money there. We're turning red. Don't get the fear of missing out. Every market open is volatile. You never know where it's going. When this column dies down, we're going to reach up here and sort by V-spike again. We only want to know the ones that are moving. I'm waiting to see if the volatility is done. You can keep clicking on the ones that are rising. See if you can find the one that suits your needs. That one's only moving pennies. There's another wave of volatility. NVAX still hasn't gone anywhere. That one's moving pennies. 246 to 248. This may look impressive, but it's only 5 cents or so. It's been on our list before. I've already drawn out support and resistance lines. Not enough money there for me. 250 to 252. They're popping in and popping out. That tells me we're going to have another bad day. There's no continuation of buying. I'm going to go ahead and sort by V-Spike just by clicking on the name, bringing them up to the top. If anything's down here moving, it'll pop up here. I'm not seeing anything getting out of the 2% range in the whole list. That just means they're going up a little and pulling right back. If something was strong, it would still be in this list. It wouldn't disappear like that. Mike, at market open, it's so volatile. There's no indicator that can keep up with that. If you see, like on my chart, if you see the big red candle like that, it doesn't have time to do any calculations. It's just a drop. You can't pick up on stuff like that. If it gaps down below the moving averages and doesn't actually cross them, it does get below them, but doesn't pull across them, it's not going to trigger. There could be many reasons that you don't get it. Most of the time, it's volatility. It's not going to continually post red arrows if you're watching my screen. We have nice volume on this one. It's growing. We had the 90% buyers, 80%. We had the bullish spike. We have the crossover back here. We did get a green arrow after the pullback. This is the pullback right here. And then it took off again. And as always, this run is longer than this run here. We need buyers, though. The buyers are falling off. I can see that right here. The bullish has disappeared. I want to see these numbers get out of the 2% range. I want to see them jumping on up, climbing steadily. We're not getting that. We're getting bumps and pullbacks, but they're not going very far. That's not a whole lot of volume, but it is some volume. It is moving. You're right, Super. That was a nice pullback. It did a run up and a run up a little bit more. I'd like to see more volume and strength, but the market is what it is. Gap and run has fired on some expensive stocks. These usually creep up all day long. You have to put them in a watch list, though. They disappear. PR's in that gap and run. Starting to calm down. Let's take a look at Grab. There's no volume on Grab. Let's go back to PR. You got to watch the volume. If there's no volume there, you're going to get stung. This one's still rising. It's slow, but it's rising. They make a little bump, then they stop. That's not a good sign. Many investors out there don't know to hang on or not. That's what the problem is. This one's pausing. It hit a high. When Super told us it was right in this area when I clicked on it. That's about 15 cents. You're turning red. Good job, Super. It's hard for me to try to pick something off this list since I have my price wide open from 25 cents and no maximum. When you use this system, make sure that you set your scans to the price range that you like to trade only. If you like $5 to $10, then put it on $5 to $10 and don't fight this battle. I'm having to fight it because I'm trying to satisfy everybody. Penny stock players and large caps as well. I have other scans set up on other monitors that limit my price range, but as far as demonstration, I need to satisfy everybody. It may not look good for a demo, but everybody wants to see their stock. That's how it goes. Every morning around 9 o'clock, it dies. You won't see that in a bull market. People are making money. They're happy. They keep buying. Looks like the volatility's gone. We have no strong stocks hanging over. XPEV sold off. This could turn around. Let's back off a little bit. Let's look at the bigger picture. We could see a bounce on that one. I don't know when. I'm just guessing. If you want to watch it, wait for these indicators to turn around. Wait for that price to move. Wait for those arrows. Watch the volume and watch for the spike. Since we have nothing, I'll sit on it for a little bit. If this reverses and fills the gap back up to here, that's a dollar run. That's not a prediction, that's high hopes. And you can tell we're close to 9 o'clock, it's dead. That's what happens. We only had a few movers. Every day's different. XPEV's volume is pretty low, but it is moving. Everything else is turning red and pulling back. We'll keep it here and see what happens. We need buyers coming in. We're going to need a bullish signal up here, and we're going to need a green buyers down here. XPEV seems to be finding a footing down here. That doesn't mean it's going up, but it does mean the sellers are slacking off. We need buyers to move in and drive it back up. We have some buyers. We don't have any spikes, though. That means the volume's not increasing fast enough. We do not have a crossover. We don't have an arrow. It's a watcher. Still don't have the crossover. We want these indicators turning north. We want to see strength. It may or may not happen. We just have to wait and see. Market has gone silent. We have a hopeful here. Let's see what's going to happen. Sit on your hands right now. Don't just jump in. I'm seeing that 8 moving average turning north. We don't have a crossover yet. The way I'm going to play it, if it crosses over, I'm going to wait on a pullback in the next run up. There may be some sellers waiting for this bounce. They may have gotten stung over here, and they're trying to get all they can back. They could drop it right back down. Need to see a lot of volume come into this stock. These minor pullbacks, they're too risky to play. We need to see it really fire up. We want to see bullish. We want to see green here. It looks promising, but it only looks it. That don't mean it is. It's looking good, though. It's your call. Still no crossover. I see sellers at the top of that candle right there. That wick is sellers trying to drive it back down. That don't mean they can, though. The way it's looking, it's going to be a slow crawl if it can continue. Volume is picking up. You can see we way outnumbered the last candle. We have a crossover. We don't have a spike. They're not jumping on board yet. This is why you have patience. I don't have much hope left in it. We did get a small bounce, but it was very small. Didn't see the volume flow I'd like to see. I didn't see the volume spikes. It could come back down and retest its bottom. We don't know. We have to watch. The market has died. This has been happening every morning for a while. 9 o'clock. And when I say a while, I'm talking months, maybe a year, that it's been dying out. Every now and then we'll get a good one. It's worth hanging on. It's worth showing up every morning. We could see that one flyer that takes us back to the top. Let's see what Jay has here. TAL. It's also got the low volume syndrome. It's hard to make a call when the volume isn't there. It's kind of like jump in. If it's good, jump out. I don't like trading like that. I don't see any green arrows. That tells me it's been creeping, pulling back and creeping and pulling back. Could it be a good one? Maybe. I like action. I like it to just fly so I can be in and out in less than a minute. It could do that slowly. I'm watching that XPEV. It's right here. I'm not seeing a volume spike. I'm not seeing any stocks make their way to the top. All I see is crawlers. Everything seems to be low volume. I mean, this thing is almost paused. I don't like getting in stocks and have to wait on other buyers to come in. I want the buyers to already be there. When it's this low, if somebody's sitting on 20,000 shares and they sell them, it's going to drop. If the volume was much higher, it probably wouldn't drop. But that last bar was only 36,000 shares. But if you were watching it, you probably could have got a play out of it. It would have been a high risk play, but you could have made something. I only posted it because somebody else posted it. I believe that was super. Jay, I know the feeling. They can be very misleading when there's no volume in the market. XPEV did exactly what I said it was going to do. It could return back to the bottom, and it did. Nothing on the scanner. Nothing whatsoever. Putting my personal feelings in here, I think it's going to take a new president. I really do. I think they're driving it down. I'm not seeing any volume spikes whatsoever. Just hang in there. That's all we can do. Wait for better times. I think they're on the way. Hang around each day. Hopefully we catch one that runs up $1 or $2. It makes up for slack time. I would love to see some buyers come back into XPEV. That's my price range. I like those kind. We should have all been in the gasoline business. They can name their price. They want more money. They just jack it up. They don't care. You got that right, Greg. We don't want hopefuls. We want risers. Right now, I'm staring at a hopeful. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, and don't be disappointed on what you see, the system really works. It's just the market. It'll make you some money. We just have to have patience. There's a link to the YouTube channel. We want you on board. You don't believe this happens, tune in for a few days in a row. We do get some winners. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, watch the videos, set up the indicators, join us on Discord. If you have any questions, post them in support. I have quite a few scripts over on Discord as well. Watch the YouTube videos till you're sick of watching them. There's the link to our Discord channel. Join it. There's about 330 people over there. Lots of them are inactive because of the market conditions, but they'll wake up. We just need better days. Everything is free. I'm paying it forward. Get yourself set up. We have a winner here. We just need a winning market. This is what I'm looking at. I'm seeing XPEV down here at the bottom. It may not get much lower than this. This is a support level. If we can get some better news, or we can get the market to turn around, it may pop back up. Always pull up the higher time frames and look back and see where this stock is, or any stock for that matter. Check multiple time frames. Look to see if you're at a bottom or on a pullback or on a support level. That's the ones you want to watch. Thank you, Trevor. You can see that indicator caught the bottom in pre-market. It caught the pullback. The lines turned north. It drove up some more. We need this right here to happen right here. We could be on the back side of the run on this one. This could be a resistance level. It could break through. If it does, we need to see it pull back to support and run up again. We'll see where it goes. The spread is pretty high. We're up in the 20s, 30s. I buy 1,000 shares at a time. I don't want to get negative 320 just trying to get in. $0.41. That's a large spread. It looks promising, but I'm not buying into the spread. It's just too high. That's a nice pullback. It's bouncing off the top. $0.52 spread. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it with you. The market's dead. I don't go past 9:30, and I'm already past that a little bit. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel, join our Discord. We'd love to have you join us. But for now, God bless. Have a nice trading day.